Hey, Carol YouTube channel, and I'm not doing this reading live. So I just don't really feel like doing this live, but I do want to knock out the rest of these readings. I had some time left over today from the fact that I had other things getting done, like dental work. So I figure I'll use the rest of my day to finish the rest of these readings while I still have any little bit of energy left. So this is a general reading, but it can also apply to different areas of your life. So it can apply to love life and relationships. It can apply to jobs, career, and finances, family situations, health, or whatever. But because this is a also, if you find that this reading resonates with your love life, I do have romance angel cards that I'm pulling in the end that you may be able to get some extra insight from. But for those of you, even if it doesn't resonate with your love life, the romance angel cards, I get the messages so generally that it still can apply. Okay. Um, this is for Sun, Rising, Moon, and Venus and Mars if you have a Taurus, Venus, and Mars, okay? Meaning both are Taurus, Venus and Mars or whatever. Like I have a Virgo, was it Virgo, Venus, and Mars or whatever. And I know someone with a Leo, Venus, and Mars. And so, anyway, um, I'm shuffling. I'm using both of my tarot decks, the Whimsical Tarot and the Charmaine Caselli Tarot deck. And I'm also going to use a new oracle deck called the Chakra Wisdom Oracle deck. Okay, so I'm going to be using that to help you guys get some extra insight to your situations. If you're interested in a personal reading, just email me at prettytarot@gmail.com. I am doing mini readings for $20 right now. Okay, final shuffle on that. And then I'll lay the cards out. And actually, I have to shuffle really well so I can get the energy out of any other readings that were done this week out of the deck. That's really crucial. Taurus. All right, let's see what's going on for Taurus. Looks like you guys got the Strength card in reverse as a focus this month. That usually signifies that you guys could be lacking discipline. You guys could be struggling with staying, focused in some form. You guys could be struggling to bite your tongue or to pull easy in a situation for whatever reason. And you guys also could be in this deck, the Whimsical Tarot. If you look at that, this came up in the reverse, but if you look at that, she's looking for something that was valuable to her that kind of wandered off in its loss, which is her sheep, okay? And she knows she only has a certain amount of time to find whatever it is she lost that she's looking for, because if she doesn't, it's at risk and it's at danger for being taken from her, damaged, eaten, whatever, because there's a wolf here, okay? And a wolf is definitely a danger to some lost sheep. So this is the Whimsical Tarot's interpretation, But so some of you could be experiencing where you're no longer worried or concerned about something being lost or something that you're losing, or you're no longer concerned about losing anything and fearing that there's a risk or danger to it. That's also possible for some of you in this month, some of you Tauruses or whatever. But for the most part, um, you also could be, like I said, because the original interpretation of the Strength card is being courageous, being brave, pulling easy in a situation, biting your tongue in a situation, having strength and having discipline. But in the reverse, it's all the exact opposite, where you guys could be lacking discipline, lacking focus. You could be struggling to pull easy in a situation or to bite your tongue. Some of you could be actually struggling to find courage or struggling to be brave in a situation. Some of you could be having some fears or something that you're worried, concerned about. But it's going to be a little different for each one of you as to what you're really experiencing here. Okay, so what's crossing your situation though, Taurus, is you got this Queen of Cups here. So that's a water sign. That could be a Scorpio, it could be a Cancer, it could be a Pisces. It's also someone who is in touch with their feelings and their emotions. It's someone who they could be, intuitive. They may be empathic. They may be sensitive to others, like sensitive to other people's feelings, and they care and concern about other people. They also could be sensitive, like you have to be careful what you say to them because you might hurt their feelings. They may be even a little dramatic at times, but for the most part, they're a caring, nurturing person. Okay, this is someone who also they may like to drink. They may like to enjoy being by the beach or water or nature or whatever. Okay. So this person, they carry some influence here. Okay. They carry some influence, or they are somehow the reason why you guys are dealing with this whole thing of pulling easy in a situation. Like you may be, like I said, struggling to pull easy from this person. You may be struggling to not give in to them, or you may be struggling to bite your tongue with them and not say what you really feel or what you really mean. It could also be that maybe you are lacking discipline with them or because of them. So maybe they are causing, maybe they're a weakness for you, you know. Maybe they are influencing you to not do what it is you need to do as well because you're lacking discipline and focus, and it's related to them. Okay, so it's gonna be different for each one of you. So either this is a water sign or some of those characteristics. This also could be you being, emotional or sensitive in some form, or maybe experiencing issues with drinking or something, or partying too much, because this person also likes to party a bit. Okay, they like to celebrate and enjoy life. So maybe you could be lacking discipline, some of you, because you are not like I said, you're not taking care of business. You maybe partying too much or something. Some of you may be, like I said, caught up in your feelings and your emotions. Some of you, it really is going to be a different narrative for each one of you because of the different meanings related to these cards. Now, what's interesting is here, the center focus of what's affecting all of this here in your reading, okay? The energy is like there's discontentment here, okay? This is discontentment. You kind of need something to inspire you, because this is also a muse card, and a muse inspires a person, whether creatively, artistically, or whatever, like a motivation in a sense. You're very much not feeling whatever's going on in your life or your situation. You could be bored, just not happy or whatever, but you're discontent in some form. Okay, you're discontent in some form, and there's a mask in that card. So it's also possible that there's someone who's not necessarily being straightforward, and also this possibility of I don't know. It's like there's something that you're not necessarily. It's like you're caught in something. You're caught up in something that really it's not what you think it is, or it's not really what you thought it was, or it's not really what you want. Okay? So that's also another reason possibly for your discontentment. But whatever the case is, you're lacking motivation, you're lacking inspiration. I want to say more so, because that's what a muse is all about. Now, what you have hanging over your situation is, with the Sun card in reverse, you're not happy. That's what's hanging over your situation. is that you're not happy with the way things are going, or you're not going to be happy with whatever is going on, or with whatever may be coming up here. And what's underlying it is because the Empress in reverse is not seeing things come to fruition for you, not seeing things be kind of like you could have been putting work into something and you're not seeing the fruits of your labor, or maybe you weren't putting in all the efforts you could have been putting in, therefore you're not reaping any rewards or benefits for that reason. Okay, so this is like not seeing, your efforts pay off. This is not seeing, this is not reaping good karma. Okay, this is not, reaping what you sowed in terms of the efforts you put in. This is also maybe somebody did not put in the effort, therefore they are not seeing things pay off for them, possibly. Okay, it's also possible that if there was someone hoping in this situation to become pregnant or have a child, perhaps that's not happening, because a lot of times when you see the sun card, because there's a child there, and you see the Empress, that's a lot of that can relate to fertility, pregnancy, children as well. So this may not apply to everyone. There is a small tiny percentage of you that may be experiencing infertility issues, or issues with not seeing a pregnancy come to full term, or not being able to adopt a child or something, not getting the pregnancy hope for, or children, or whatever this is that's going on. That's some of you. Others of you is just about your happiness is not, your happiness could be pending on the fact that, something is not coming through for you. You're not able to reap the benefits of whatever efforts that were put in. You're not reaping what, like, you're not reaping what you sowed in terms of good karma. So if you put good energy out there and hard work, maybe you're not receiving that back. Maybe there was something you were expecting that if you did put efforts in, maybe that's not paying off for you. Okay. And like I said, all of this is causing discontentment. It could be that, like I said, whatever you thought this was in your situation, maybe it's not turning out to be what you expect it to be, and it's not yielding the fruit you thought it was going to. Okay, so you could have had some high expectations of something or someone, or high expectations of a situation working out for you, but it's turning out to not be that way, and you're getting to see that, and it's causing you some discontentment, or affecting your ability to be inspired or motivated here in the situation. Now, what's causing your discontentment is the fact that, once again, it's like I was saying before, something didn't appear the way you thought it was. Okay, because you got the perception card here, and I feel like for some of you, your perception was off. What you thought you were perceiving isn't exactly what it was. Whereas for others of you, I feel like you need to change your perception, or change your idea of what you think could make you happy, or bring you fulfillment, or inspiration, or motivate you. Okay. Because, you have your eyes set on something that's beautiful or prosperous for you here, or whatever, or something that holds value to you, but maybe you need to change your perception about what it is you feel will bring you happiness, contentment, and joy, and fruitfulness in your life. Maybe for those of you who are concerned about wanting to have a child or being pregnant, maybe you need to change your idea about how that has to happen. Okay, maybe if you can't have a child of your own, maybe you need to adopt. Maybe if you are, like I said, struggling to get pregnant, maybe you need to try an alternative to the natural method or something, or maybe you need to try some holistic health options or something to help with fertility. Whatever the case could be, like I said, the narrative's gonna be different for each one of you, but you guys also have this isolation card here. Okay, so you guys kind of stand alone here in something. You stand alone in something, but I'm gonna also read on this isolation card. This is a new deck. I only got it just this past week, and some of these cards I kind of get what they're all about up front, whereas others of them not necessarily. The isolation could be just feeling lonely, feeling abandoned, feeling neglected in a situation, feeling like you're on your own with this. But I'm going to get further into this, okay? So, the legend, okay? Sapphire's blue isolation card. I've got all I could ever need right here. The legend behind this card. Sapphire is blue. Occasionally he gets invited somewhere, but invariably he turns the invitation down. After all, what would he hear? He bought a tux once, just in case, but won't wear it because he might spill something on it. Besides going out, he would alter his routine. He's tried to meet people, but he hasn't met anyone of his caliber. So Sapphire so Sapphire stays home alone and remains quite blue. The inspiration of this card: do not wait for the right time to live your life. You are on the verge of something big, but if you don't participate, it could pass you by. Okay? This card is about self protection, making excuses, over preparing for something, never feeling ready to take action. It's also a card that relates to celebration experiences and play. Okay? So, this goes hand in hand with what I was saying before, that like I said, you guys, you're experiencing discontentment, okay? You're experiencing discontentment, you're feeling a lack of inspiration, you're feeling like nothing is what it appears to be, but it's because you could have a false perception of what it is you feel will make you happy or content, or what it is you feel will motivate you or inspire you, and this card is reiterating that same message, that the reason why is because not only because your perception, but because I feel like this for a lot of people is saying that you're trying too hard with your expectations to think that something has to be a certain kind of way in order for you to receive it, accept it, appreciate it, be happy with it, feel inspired. Like, you guys need to get out of your own head. You know what I'm saying? Because what you think in your mind is ideal may not necessarily be all that ideal or what it is you actually need. So some of you are really thinking there's only one way to do this, only one way to receive this, only one way to go about this, only one person that's for you, only one situation or one type of job or career is for you, only one way to get this child that you want. Whatever the situation is, there's only one way you can be happy in this world. Like, for some people, they're never going to be happy until they feel like they're rich and they're a millionaire. And that's false. They have this false perception of that's what would make them happy, is having a lot of money and material things, or having this love of their life, when they could just probably just be happy just being on their own, and having friends and family in their life. So you guys need to work on that, because it's hindering you from gaining your happiness. And that's why what's hanging over your situation is you being unhappy or not getting something you feel will bring you joy and happiness. That's why at the root of your situation is why you have this whole thing of not seeing things come to fruition, not seeing things come through that you thought would come through, not seeing the fruits of your labor pay off, or not getting what it is you feel you deserve. Because this card is also about getting what it is you feel you deserve, what it is you feel you earn, what it is you feel you put the efforts into. Some of you may not be putting efforts in because you just don't feel like it's going to yield you what you want, and therefore you're not getting what it is you want anyway. You know what I'm saying? You need to put the efforts in. You need to be disciplined and focused, because that's a part of what's a main focus for you guys this month. Some of you also need to stop looking for something that really isn't there. Okay. Some of you, like I said, there's a water sign influencing your situation. And maybe, like I said, I don't know who you guys are dealing with. I don't, but you also have uh, a fire sign presented here presently in your present situation here, okay? Because this is a Queen of Rods, and I'm gender neutral, so they could be male or female. But this is a fire sign, which could be, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or it could be someone with this in their birth chart. This also could be someone who comes off as being compassionate. They like to travel. They're very sociable. They can be very chatty. They're confident. They are, they consider it to be fun, They also could be temperamental and fiery and conceited and arrogant. They may even have a cat or like cats. But um, in this particular card, this person, they do like nature. It seems like, but um, they also could be a leader or a boss, or they could also be bossy. And this is the person that's in your present situation. So they either have these characteristics or they are a fire sign, or this could be you taking on this passionate energy, okay? And deciding maybe you want to become motivated and become a leader and, be very ambitious, because this is also a very ambitious person, okay? So, but in the recent past, like over the past few weeks or past few months, maybe over the past year, with the Knight of Swords in reverse, you guys were not in a rush at all. You weren't rushing that. You didn't have this desire to rush into anything. Um, and it's also like you could have been feeling like you don't want to jump anything. You don't want to rush into anything. You were wanting to maybe take your time or halt. This is also someone who maybe you weren't making any plans here. You didn't have any plans, because upright, this is someone making plans, okay? This is someone who's, coming up with ideas and moving forward. In the reverse, you decided to not move forward. You decided to not rush anything. You decided to not uh make any plans or have any ideas about anything, but in your concerned position here with the Eight of Swords in reverse, if you were feeling stuck before, you are no longer concerned about being stuck in a situation that you feel you can't get out of. So mentally, emotionally, or even physically, you're not stuck, or at least you're concerned that you don't have to be stuck in a situation. Okay, you don't feel you're concerned that you no longer are restricted. Okay, maybe you are feeling free and unrestricted, and maybe you're concerned that you could lose that, and you don't want to lose your freedom or feel restricted. Okay, this card is usually more about it being a mentally, emotionally, psychological thing, but also it can be about physical things as well, like contracts, marriages, whatever. So I feel like you guys are concerned that you have your freedom, you're not restricted, you're not tied to anything, and maybe maybe you want to keep it that way. Maybe you don't want to lose any of that, right? Um, and maybe you could be fearing that that's what end up happens, you getting restricted or tied into something. But the outside influence you guys have here, and also the thing to also keep in mind is this guy upright, he's taking a rest because he's worn down. Shoe falling off the other foot, he can't hunt anymore. In reverse, this is exact opposite. you know Having your energy and your wits about you, and being able to be on that hunt, be on that prowl or whatever. And you could be concerned about maybe how much longer. There's one person out here, I feel like, at least, that has this concern that they feel like they got a lot of fight left in them, and they aren't quite worn out yet. They aren't quite ready to give up the hunt, or whatever. So they're kind of concerned, like, why do I have to? Now, the outside influence of this situation here is not receiving any communication here with the Page of Rods in the reverse. There's a lack of communication or no communication at all, okay? Uh, that's the outside influence of your situation. So maybe there was something you were expecting to hear or communicate, but maybe you're not hearing anything at all, or you just don't want to communicate, or somebody doesn't. It's in the outside influence. The obstacle and challenge here, Taurus, is getting your wish. Getting whatever it is you feel will make you feel fulfilled and desired. But with this being your obstacles and your challenges, you could be struggling to know exactly how to get or gain whatever this is you feel will fulfill your wishes, your desires, and your fulfillment here, okay? You expect somehow, though, that you're going to be kind of guarded and trying to protect yourself, because you don't really know what's coming up or what's coming ahead. You don't really know what to expect. But this card usually signifies that if you let your guard down, you can allow yourself to receive whatever comes your way and move forward. And if things may not be as bad as you think, or turn out to be bad like you think it is. But in this deck here, One School deck, there, whole interpretation is this is someone who is being helped out of a troubling situation. Okay, so you could also possibly be expecting to gain some sort of help or guidance out of a uh, tricky situation or a troubling situation or a situation that you feel is dangerous or one maybe it's just too foggy or smoky for you to really see, and therefore you need someone to help you or you want someone to help guide you. Okay, and it's what you kind of expect in this particular situation. In the out no not the outcome, but in the future position here between now and the next few weeks, you guys with the Ace of Swords, you have a new beginning. It's one that may either be difficult to get off the ground or it starts out rocky. It won't remain that way. It's just that once you get past whatever the difficulties are in getting something new off the ground or getting past whatever has been an issue uh, from the start of this new beginning, then things will work out perfectly fine and things will be great with this new beginning. But you got to get past whatever those challenges are, okay? Whatever it is, because it's a beautiful thing, a beautiful new beginning, but you have to get past those challenges, okay? So either you're desiring to do this or this is what's going to happen between now and next few weeks or next few months, maybe as far as down as a year. Your outcome, you guys with the hair font, you're going to need to either make a choice to do the right thing. Stay true to your values, stay true to yourself, maybe even uh, maintain your faith and your goodwill here in this situation, because the Hierophant would do what is considered orthodox or what is considered to be the right thing. Okay, this is even also about being loyal or faithful, okay, to some degree. Go ahead and do some advice. Okay, so wow, that already flipped up out of there. They already flipped out of there. And this one seems to want to come out. So I'm just going to go ahead with those. So Taurus, you guys here, you got the Three of Air. And that's usually signifying either some heartbreak or some disappointment or some sadness. It could also signify that something had to be cut, something had to be severed, or something. Someone also could have been had to be cut or let loose. Some ties had to be cut in this situation with someone or something or whatever. It can also signify severance in some form. Okay, maybe even for some people, surgery. Okay, if there was any health issues going on, but the advice of the card is it says great sadness, take time to heal. The need to forgive yourself or others. You guys also have the High Priestess card. This is about using your intuition, trusting your gut, following your heart, okay? Going within to really see how you really feel about situations. But, and I'm going to read on this. This says dare to be happy. I feel like that came out for a reason, but it's like a bunch of other cards with this, and I'm not supposed to have that many cards, but dare to be happy, you guys, okay? But the advice of the card is it says, listen to your intuition, have patience, consider carefully what you have before acting, okay? So don't make any rash decisions because you feel like, oh, this isn't what you want, this isn't what you expected, or this isn't good enough. Go with your intuition rather than with what you think you can see with your eyes, okay? Because sometimes our eyes can deceive us, okay? And like I said, things may not always appear to be what you think they are. So you may think something or someone is terrible, but maybe they're not. Maybe it's just you haven't been giving them a chance or giving the situation a chance. Maybe you haven't opened your eyes or your heart to see what truly is there that is a blessing to take from situation or something good, because you're so busy holding out for something that you think is better, or that you think is, or you think something else is better, but maybe whatever it is you think is better is not. It could also be vice versa, okay? Same thing where maybe who you've been dealing with is not all what you think they are, and maybe there is something better, okay? But whatever the case is, I feel like for some of you guys, you've just been holding out because You have these ideas and perceptions about what you think it is you want, or what you think is how things should go, or what you think is good enough, but you could be missing the whole picture, and therefore missing out on opportunity that could make you happy, whether it's in the present situation or another situation, because it's like you guys are being a little close-minded, and some of you a little bit more close-minded than others. Now, this card says that there's something better, okay? And what's accompanying that, it says, drop it. Any baggage that you guys have, let it go and release it. Any hangups that you have, let it go and release it, because hangups will get you nowhere. Holding on to things that are not conducive to your thinking, things that are not productive to your situation, having ideas that are old and outdated, or whatever it is, issues that you have, let them go. Because if you notice, this person is still stuck here at ground one, on the ground level, and they're not going anywhere. And they're sitting there looking like, hey, why am I not going anywhere? And they're looking at this person. This person is going somewhere. They're becoming uplifted and they're going somewhere. Okay? And they're probably happy because you know what they're doing? They're dropping this baggage. They're dropping their issues. They're dropping whatever their hangups are. They're letting stuff go, man. They're letting stuff go. You know what I'm saying? And that's up to you guys to determine what it is you need to let go. Whether it's old, outdated ideas, unrealistic expectations, being stubborn or holding something against something or someone in a situation, holding grudges, being stubborn, or like I said, having these ideas about situations, about how the way they have to happen, how they have to unfold, who it has to be, and the kind of person it needs to be, whatever it is, what kind of job or career it needs to be, and it needs to have this and that. I don't know. Maybe it's a person that needs to be released. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? That long gone should have been released or whatever, or whatever it is. I don't know. You guys will know what it is for you individually that you need to let go of. But this card says you are not afraid. Okay? You are not afraid. This is David and Goliath. Whatever this is that feels like it's a larger than life issue, and a lot of signs have been getting this card in the readings I've done. I swear this card has come out at least 4 or 5 times already in different readings I've done for the other signs, okay? But whatever this is, you will figure it out, okay? You'll figure it out, and you'll be able to knock this issue, this problem out that seems so big and major with one shot. But you have to have faith. Okay, that's what the Hierophant is about, having faith. So you will regain your faith. You will do what it is that makes sense and the right thing to do. You may even hold true to your values and beliefs or whatever. Okay, but remember, there's something better. Okay. Now, for those of you, this situation may resonate with your love life, even if it doesn't. You have calling in your soulmate. Calling in your soulmate, okay? And it says your prayers, your affirmations and visualizations help bring you together. Whoever this is that you need to be with. Now, in regards to general situations, whatever blessings it is that you want, that you feel in your heart of hearts, deep down in your soul, is your true destiny or whatever. Whatever your true destiny is, period. Whatever you came here to do and be blessed with, if you meditate on it, visualize it, and do reaffirmations about it, it's going to come to you. Okay, but you need to hold fast to that belief and put in that energy work. Okay, say your prayers, have some faith, and be patient. And get out of your own head about what it is you think is good for you. Because I got this feeling that some of you don't. And some of you are holding out, waiting for this awesome, big, wonderful thing to happen that probably, if you would release and let go of whatever hangups you have or these ideas or preconceived notions about what you think is good for you, and just open up, period, and be open-minded. Whatever it is that you feel you is going to make you happy is probably going to go ahead and happen, because you guys probably been blocking off your own happiness by, holding out and saying, well, this isn't good enough, or that person isn't good enough, and that job or career isn't good enough, and or I can't do this, that's not what I want to do. you know uh Everything, and I don't know if you believe in God, because I believe in God. What God may have for you may not be exactly what you think is for you. It may not even be what you can even imagine. But when we hold on to these ideas about what it is we need or what we want, it's like we block our own blessings. Anyway, that's the Taurus reading. If you're interested in a personal reading, email me at prettytarot@gmail.com. I'm doing mini readings for $20. Uh, I appreciate all the likes. And if you're new and want to know when other readings are coming up, especially live ones, hit the subscribe button. And I appreciate all my subscribers. And please comment. You guys let me know how this resonates. I appreciate you guys. Love you very much.